Do you remember the character arc for Khaleesi in Game of Thrones? Prophetic, really. From hero to villain, and she ended up dead. The same might be true for C-list actress Blake Lively, metaphorically, that is. The aspiring director has just been sued again, this time by another person in Justin Baldoni's team. The shadowy, mysterious player, Jed Wallace. Remember him? He's been mentioned a few times, but he's definitely been an ancillary player. Jed Wallace was hired by his crisis PR expert, Melissa Nathan, because he is an expert in helping with social media. It's a little unclear to me exactly what he does, and that's why they pay him good money. Well, Jed Wallace has just sued the wife of Scarlett Johansson's ex-husband. What for? He is accusing Taylor Swift's bestie of defamation. Wallace and his company, Street Relations Incorporated, sued the shampoo company owner after he and his company were both named parties alongside Baldoni in her December 2024 California civil rights complaint for bad behavior regarding the It Ends With Us saga. You know, the movie based on the novel by Colleen Hoover, the author who publicly supported the Betty Boo's boss, but has since remained silent. The film where all of the actors unfollowed Justin Baldoni. The movie where some of the co-stars have publicly supported the plantation princess, but remained mum against him. The film in which the Woody Allen apologist literally wrestled control away from the director of the movie, even stripping him of his film by credit. The motion picture where she had her way in everything, from costuming to songs on the soundtrack to editing to the marketing of the film. And now, his social media expert, Jed Wallace, accuses the newly minted C-list actress of falsely lumping his firm into the allegations she made against Baldoni, and echoing a sentiment that Baldoni and his legal team have also shared, he accuses the former Gossip Girl star and fashionista of a smear campaign. Yes, Wallace alleges that Lively and her publicist purposefully spread false information about him to the media. Wallace's lawsuit says that the A-lister in her own mind sent the information in her complaint to various media outlets, including Elle magazine. Despite the fact that Blake did not mention Wallace or Street Relations in the lawsuit that she filed just days later, Wallace says the damage was done and the media continued to report that he had engaged in illegal activity. Jed Wallace then says that the wife of Alanis Morissette's former fiancé doubled down on her conduct by asking a judge to authorize the taking of Jed Wallace's deposition, but falsely accused him of being a subcontractor to a company called TAG to assist them in their unlawful retaliatory social combat campaign against her. As a result of the Nepo baby's defamatory statements, Wallace says that he has suffered millions of dollars in reputational harm, with a projected loss to his company that exceeds another million. But the sexual harassment accuser has some harsh words against Jed Wallace in response to his lawsuit. A lawyer for Robin Lively's little sister says, quote, "Another day, another state, another 9-figure lawsuit seeking to sue Miss Lively into oblivion for speaking out against sexual harassment and retaliation." This is not just a publicity stunt. It is transparent retaliation in response to allegations contained within a sexual harassment and retaliation complaint that Ms. Lively filed with the California Civil Rights Department. While the lawsuit will be dismissed, we are pleased that Mr. Wallace has finally emerged from the shadows and that he too will be held accountable in federal court. Wait, what? Her lawyer is so mid. Let me read this to you again. While this lawsuit will be dismissed, we are pleased that Mr. Wallace has finally emerged from the shadows and that he too will be held accountable in federal court. What? If Jed Wallace's lawsuit against the hair care guru is dismissed, how will he be held accountable in federal court? I just checked her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. Jed Wallace is not named there. Included in the lawsuit is Justin Baldoni, an individual. Steve Sarowitz, an individual. It Ends With Us Movie, LLC, a California limited liability company. Melissa Nathan, an individual. The Agency Group, a Delaware limited liability company. Jennifer Abel, an individual. And, of course, Wayfarer Studios, LLC, a Delaware limited liability company. Not named in this lawsuit is Jed Wallace or his company. Look, receipts. You can see it for yourself right there. Do you see anywhere Jed Wallace mentioned? I don't. Honestly, I'm glad she doesn't have the best lawyers. You would think Ryan Reynolds could afford that, but no. Additionally, a brief update on a video that I made yesterday about her upcoming film with poor Anna Kendrick. Hopefully Anna Kendrick saved all of the receipts just in case Blake Lively makes some allegations. Well, it has now been confirmed exclusively by Deadline that Blake Lively will attend the film's premiere at the South by Southwest Film Festival in March. And it just so happens that Wallace is also based out of Texas, Dripping Springs, Texas, to be exact. And as mentioned in his lawsuit, Blake Lively did request to depose him and his street relations company because they claimed that he would weaponize a digital army around the country, including in New York and Los Angeles, to create, seed, manipulate, and advance disparaging content that appeared to be authentic on social media platforms and internet chat forums. That is what they alleged in their initial deposition request, which, interesting, the timing of this all. Jed Wallace filed his lawsuit today, is my understanding, and yesterday, the C-listers' lawyers requested in Texas not to depose him anymore. Less than 2 weeks after her legal team filed paperwork in Texas to take a pre-suit deposition of Jed Wallace, attorneys at Austin firm Haynes Boone LLP suddenly yanked the request out of the courts. A notice of non-suit dismissal was placed in the Texas court docket yesterday, over talking to street relations crisis management boss and self-described hired gun Wallace. I'm sure they're going to want to depose him now that he's suing her, but they're trying to get that dismissed, and he'll see his day in federal court, even though he's not named in her lawsuit. So much to take in here. Let's discuss it all in the comments section. I love it!